We are live with the Formula Micro Series here today at Wallerfield Raceway. It is one of Trinidad's crown jewels over in the Southern Caribbean. Now we are short of Nico odds today, but we do have quite a few cars entered. Now here's just going to be AFK for the start of the qualifying period, so at models make sure once we go green, we'll do that after qualifying is done. Don't worry. We're going to just go straight to the green flag once it's started. Let me get the stream up and post it onto the race feed, or onto the announcements channel. Once that is done, then we're really getting ready. So, alright drivers, prepare yourselves. Watch those lights. We're going to go green in any moment. Green flag. Timer will start. We do pack lead rules. So once the first car crosses the line, the 5-minute timer will start. A reminder that there is corner cuts all around the track, including the coned up area. You're not allowed to go there anyways. Shuffle makes his way out of the final turn down the front straightaway. Shuffle crossing the start-finish line in just a moment. Here he does it. 5 minutes starting now. So we're going to clear the board once again. Shuffle makes his way through the S's. And there is going to be a little bit of lag, but that is a normal circumstance. It will clear itself out as we get through it. And the field spreads itself out. It's going to take a little bit of time, but it will happen eventually. Shuffle crossing the start-finish line. He will go with no loud lap, but we are seeing sub 35s. That's all I'm looking for, even if it's invalid. Just want to make sure that this is ran as it needs to be. Manos is a bit short. He has gone without any practice here. 4 minutes left on the clock. We make our way around for the second time by. Now the final turn is Gohan, Mr. Monaco, Shuffle 15. Mitch was top time. However, Gohan's going to pass and takes over the top time on the board. So far, two drivers have not been marked down to be cleared to race. Manos and Caden Larson. Both of them need to get up there. Three and a half minutes left. Shuffle's going to go top of the board as the 29.683. Manos goes into the barrier off of turn number 1. This shows how much practice matters in these cars. The cars have had a completely different setup since the last time Manos drove them. Of course, we've been trying to fine-tune them since we made the emergency switch to 1.5 chassis. Now here's Shuffle crossing again. It's going to go no faster, but that sector 1 was blisteringly fast, 11.247. How about now? Caden Larson close to it, but Manos still yet to have passed by that point. It just needs to be a lap. Mr. Monaco with the purple sector 1. Top 7 of this race, extremely competitive among each other. And that'll probably be a trend that continues on. Now here's Shuffle across the line again. 2.5 minutes. He's pack lead. And we're good for another one. Mr. Monaco's not going to go any quicker, but he moves up to third. Well, he's going to move up to third place. He's not going to take pole. It's about where we were expecting him to be. So we are down to 2 minutes to go. Caden Larson has been observed sitting in a sub 35. Manos also, both of them are cleared to race. I believe Eris is yet to have gone out. But, we'll let her start. Anyways, pack lead Shuffle 15 makes its way down the final turn. A minute and a half left on the clock, and I think we'll have just enough minute for 3 more laps. Maybe 4. It's going to be really close. It depends if he's setting those sub 30-second lap times. So we'll be watching that. And Manos might be retiring himself. Manos concerned about lag issues currently. Shuffle across the line. It's not going to go any quicker. We have we got 1 minute left on the clock. That's just about good enough for 2 more laps. Shuffle makes his way through the S's, and I think that's going to be a corner cut for him. Mr. Monaco, meanwhile, in the last lap, has taken the top time. 29.673, only a single hundredth faster. Twin with a purple sector 1, though. We cross with some extra time. We might have enough for 2 more laps to go. Shuffle just crossing inside of that time period. Gohan taking the top time, 29.632. That is the fastest we've seen this weekend. And I believe the first time we might have, I think under official competition, the first time a sub 30 has been set. Now we're closing in. Shuffle making his way out of the final turn. Is he going to make it in time? Will we have 1 more to go? It's hard to tell. There's a lot of lag going on. 4, 3, 2, the white flag in the air for Shuffle 15 and everyone else behind. If you get passed by Shuffle, this will also be your last lap. That's for Caden Larson in the 2 car. Gets passed by the leader. This is now turned into your final lap. The white flag in the air for you. Shuffle makes his way down the final turn. He's going to have to go quick if he wants to make his shot to take back pole. Making his way down the start-finish line. Just checkered flags come out. It's not going to work for him. Caden Larson crossing checkers for you if you guys can pull into the pit lane. Everyone else, finish up your laps. Lewis is done. Lewis, Caden, you're done. Caden, you're done. Caden, you're done. Ditch this lap. Ditch this lap. Caden, you're done. Ditch this lap. Caden, you are done. Stop pushing. The checkers are out for everyone. Caden is still going despite the order to... If he improves, he's gonna... I'm not gonna let him start for disobeying leadership. Alright, Caden Larson, black flag. Disobeying orders. Caden Larson. I'm just gonna park Caden. It's because... The reason why is because Nico didn't make the track correctly. If you look carefully, there's some weird bumps, but we'll get through it. If you guys will line up in the following order, Gohan P1. Second place behind him is Mr. Monaco. P3 is going to be Shuffle. Please leave space for the drivers. Give each other half a car length of space because of lag. So I need everyone to give each other half a car length of space. From the front to the back, Mr. Monaco. Half a car length. Half a car length. It's for the sake of lag. Because once you get... I know, you could back up. I'm also directing that for Shuffle too. A little more. Alright, Shuffle. Everyone, move up back. Move back. Move back. Lewis is in 4th. Again, half a car length. Half a car length. We're doing this so that once we get going, it's going to be a little bit less laggy. Twins in 5th. 6th is Mitch. 7th is Proto. If you guys could kind of curve your car a little bit through, it'll make it easier for the person that lines up behind you. So Steve Waters, there's Netta. Manos is not racing either. Yeah, like that. And I don't think Garrus is yet over here, so... There's a car that's not supposed to be there, but we're going to delete the extra cars. Is he even in the VC? Was the guy that... Yes, he is. You were parked for not listening to officiating, especially upon impulse, also improving, showing that you're really not capable to race these. I'm going to request that if you want to race anything in SLC, you're going to... it was the kid, Juice World. He's parked for disobeying leadership, and also he's just not fit to race. Like, straight up, just not fit to race. So. It's like they are go-karts, what do you expect? going to clear out the extra cars for the sake of flag. Ah, Jesus. I don't know why that car glitched me, but I'll take that for what it's worth. Just clearing out all the extra cars. So this is going to be a 40-lap race. We're going to be doing 2 pace laps. This should be done with actually in about 20 minutes. If not, given your pace, as long as there's no caution, it should take even less time. So it's going to be a relatively short race. A little longer than usual for a Formula Micro race, but not that much. We're just clearing out all the extra cars, so the amount of lag there is at a reduced amount. Cut limit for today is going to be 30. If you get 30 cuts, you get a 5-second time penalty. I don't think that should be very reachable, 40 laps, so I don't think that should really be a big issue. I just cannot stress enough to try not to cut under caution. So, if you guys could all hop out of your cars, we're just going to get straight into the feature. We just want to do an AFK check. That's all this is for. So just stay out of your cars for a second until everyone is out of their cars. Alright. Again, everyone... Alright, I had trust shuffle. Where's Mr... Everyone stay by your car. This is just an AFK check. Twin. Stop. Okay, everyone is set up. Alright, hop in your cars. If you are not ready, then you need to stay out of your car. I'm gonna give 120 seconds for the others. So, you guys can start prepping. There's 2 minutes until we get going. Alright. So Sarah's just not in her car yet. But we're going to give 120 seconds. If you guys are not ready, then hop back out of your car. I am giving you until this timer goes out. And then if you are not racing on track by lap 5, then, or by lap 4, you're going to be parked. It's going to be relatively lenient, but if you take too long, you'll just have to merge in the back of the field. So yeah. We're down to about almost a minute, 69 seconds there. Nice. As we close into the start of our pacing period, we're going to be going at a decent pace. We're going to be going when the car ahead of you goes once that starts. Eris is in her car. Okay, we're going to change that to 10 seconds. If the car, you're going to go when the car ahead of you goes, we're going to go in pace speed. If someone does not go, then that means they're AFK and you can pass them. But wait for it, yellow flag's out. Go when the car ahead of you goes. Alright, good. And make sure to give each other some space. Don't be riding up anyone's ass. It does not matter on the road courses as much as it does on the ovals. Please stay behind the car. Lewis, come on. You always cause pacing issues for everyone. You gotta fix yourself, alright? Lock in here. This is your chance to make things right. I believe in you. Mitch and Proto figure yourselves out. We're good there. We're going to read up to the back to the front. So starting off in Well, Eris is behind Steve. Steve, you need to move the fuck up there, so does Proto. Eris is fine where she is, it's just that the other two need to get up there. So Eris is going to start us off from the 10th place spot. Steve Waters up ahead in second. Eris has gone without any practice, shows the effects of it. Now we got, again, 2 laps of pacing to go. Once again, Proto is going to be up in the 8th place spot. 7th place going to be taken up by Mitch in the 45 red car. Pepsi machine. Your champion runner-up, and I think he might actually have claimed the championship, it's Twin Turbo V6 and the 32 Maple Leaf machine. He is in 5th. Lewis. Hey guys, if you guys are going to adjust your speed, do it with your throttle, not your brakes. Lewis is in 4th. Shuffle is in the first one and 3rd. He's the first podium starter. Second is Mr. Monaco. In the 10, our pole sitter is Gohan 131. Remember not to pass car review until I cross the start-finish line. If there's a severe lag spike or something like that, I'll leave an exception to that. But it might help if you guys try to do your best. If we have too many people having a bunch of issues, we're going to call at the start, figure out who's responsible. If someone's responsible, you'll be dropped to the rear. Hold your pace. Watch the lights on your cars. Green flag. Mr. Monaco, watch yourself. Mr. Monaco with a jump, give up 1 spot. Allowed to pass Lewis. Mr. Monaco clear of jumps. It just shows that jumping the gun like you do there can really hurt you. You want to time it just right. As Gohan is fighting for the lead, we're going to clear the board now. I don't know if anyone got cuts during the pacing period, but I was not able to see. And I said to be very careful about that, so just so you know. Shuffle's going to lead us off into turn 1. We are 1 lap completed. If there's anyone that's shown a lap down, that's Twins, so we're going to fix Twins' lap. Twin is closing in on the podium spot. Meanwhile, side by side between Shuffle and Gohan. We make our way down the front stretch. Side by side. Gohan to the inside. Shuffle around the outside. Twin right behind in 3rd. Into the breaking point we go. Gohan's going to go down the inside. Shuffle now still fighting side by side through the S's. Do a little check there. Okay, we're good. To close into the final corner. Again, this is a very short track. Nico doesn't like me to call it this, but this track is genuinely like a short track. Very akin to a speedway. Just that there's a couple, just that it runs clockwise. And there's a couple of S's in it, but really, in a lot of ways, it runs very similar to one. I believe Gohan might have taken... No, he's not. Side by side for the lead down the front straight. Gohan trying where he can. He's attacking the rear wing. Meanwhile, Mr. Monaco, with some rebound pressure on Twin, he's made the move. As we see our leaders side by side into turn 1, but on the exit, it's going to Shuffle. Shuffle staying ahead for now. It's the field, as we said earlier they would, and they are spreading out. Twin Turbo V6 with a purple sector 1. They're going to teleport the rubber band, but out. Cross the start-finish line. Shuffle still staying ahead of Gohan, doing a valiant effort defending. Meanwhile, Mr. Monaco attacking the rear bumper. Twin Turbo V6, so some switcheroo. Meanwhile, into turn 1. A great exit by Gohan as he closes in side by side for the leap to himself and Shuffle down through the S's. There might be something going on in the background, but I'm not quite sure what's going on. I think it's good. Might have been just a little bit of a lag spike. I saw a car not moving. Now down into turn number 1. Gohan has taken the helm of the race, but here's Shuffle down the inside. He's going to make the move, but he's going to go wide. hits the barriers off of the first turn. Twin Turbo V6 putting pressure on the GMG 15 machine. So Gohan has taken the lead and he's established himself as the leader for the time being. Shuffle's in the second place spot. He's not really getting caught up to too much by Twin, but Twin is right behind. He makes any other mistakes and that could be game over for that second place spot. Mr. Monaco in the fourth place spot. He's pretty much running where he is. Lewis in fifth. Eris, we haven't even been speaking about her, but she started all the way in the back of the field. She's made her way up to sixth place, and now she might have a shot of taking the top 5. Great job by Eris in the 45 machine to climb up the ranks of the field. She's been doing a very good job here. Now into the final turn and out of it. There's Lewis. How about Eris? And I think that field's going to settle itself for now. We're going to watch what's going on up front. Gohan is holding out for areas, but meanwhile, Twin Triple V sits side by side with Shuffle 15 for the second place spot. The Maple Leaf 32 giving everything he's got for it. We check the board again. Shuffle still coming home with the top quick time of the race. However, that could easily change. Twin has made the move. Shuffle is going to get it back, but not for long. Both of them hit the barrier off of turn 1. 2 mistakes for both of them as we are a quarter way through this feature. Again, I was going to say it's going to be short, and that's how short it is. We're already past a quarter through it. We're closing to the halfway point. Yeah, Twin has got this one for now. His next target is going to by far be the win. Gohan 131. So we might be seeing a lap car. That is Proto in the back of the field. Only about 12 seconds behind, but that's close to half a lap there. But still, it just shows how competitive these fields can be. The gap between first and second is closing down little by little. As Gohan, he's consistent. That's usually a strong point as of now. As he says, his time in IMRP and other games has definitely been helping him learn how to be more consistent on these road courses. He's always been a big threat on the road courses, but that's really been all he's running off of his pure consistency. As Gohan makes his way by Steve Waters to put him a lap down. Twin's going to do the same favor. So that is the first lap car. We are close to halfway done. Again, that gap. It's only a second between first and second place. Shuffle is going to make his way by Steve Waters and put him down. But here is Twin within eye shot of every single camera shot of Gohan. You can see Gohan just ahead of him. We'll check the cuts real quickly. Only one that's really at any threat. Again, 30 cuts is the limit until there's a 5-second penalty is Mr. Monaco and 1TM Pro. Everyone else, as we've seen, this track is pretty easy not to get cuts on. He's been doing a pretty awesome job not to get cuts. Now, anyways, half a second from the last lap. Twin looking out the inside. He's going to go back outside for the lead between himself and Gohan. 15 laps out of this 40-lap feature. You really can't hold off from the stud that much. He's just genuinely about damn unstoppable. Now, I can't tell who's got the lead now. There's a lot of rubber banding going on, and it's still Gohan, but here comes Twin down at the turn number 1, right in the rear bumper, side by side for the lead. Twin staying on the inside. Now to the outside, cross remove. Gohan carrying a little bit more speed. What about the exit? We'll be washing through the rubber banding. Exiting the final turn. It's hard to tell what's going on. We'll be watching the gap. Gap going to Twin, who takes the lead at Wallerfield, but Gohan's going to be hard on the brakes, but he's going to get a very rough exit compared to Twin. Has the 32 Maple Leaf is. That might be it unless Twin makes a mistake. Through the rubber banding, we'll get to you. Twin crossing the start-finish line. And he's building up that gap little by little. I do not think that's going to be a trend that changes. Ayers has made her way to the top 5 at one point, made that move against Lewis. So a very solid race for the 45 machine. Start out from last place and climb up the ladder to 5th. She keeps it up, she might have a shot to get Mr. Monaco, and maybe if there's a restart, which I think might be, it'll go in favor, maybe even get a podium. Yeah, Twin is just outrunning the competition right now, almost a whole second gap between himself and Twin Turbo V6. Gohan might just try to stick back and just stick with a second place. Now, we close into the halfway point. This time by will be the cross flags once our leaders cross the start-finish line. So for Twin Turbo V6, he makes his way down the front straight. Halfway through the race, the cross flags are out. That was a bad exit for Twin. Here comes Gohan. Around the outside. Makes the pass. I don't know what was going on for Twin there. It's almost like he just completely went to a stop. It's like his controller locked up or something. Very... Oh, we got a disconnection. Yellow is out on track. Race back happening right now for our leaders. Gohan is going to get it. Twin Turbo V6 at second place. Shuffle in third. There is a disconnected car going down the front stretch. A ghost car it is. We're going to wash the race back. Arisna is going to go back into 4th place. We got a backwards car here. Lewis in 5th. Race back for Sitz. It's going to go to Mitch. Mitch, Proto, Steve Waters. Steve Waters, you can get your lap back. Go work at it. Mr. Monaco can start ahead of you. I think Mr. Monaco was at 20 cuts, but we're going to check. If anyone knows how many cuts he was at, what I need to fit your cuts. From doing what? If you got a cut from a turn, that's on you. Okay, that's on you. So. I didn't do the cuts here, it was Nico. So. Pace speed doesn't really matter, just don't go too fast, don't go too slow, just maintain yourself. I don't think Proto should be up there. I think he's too far ahead, but I'm going to check just in case. He did get passed by Steve Waters, which is not chronologically correct. Unless he hit the wall, and that's probably what happens. Yeah, okay. And Mr. Monaco is going to have to restart ahead of Steve. There you go. So be careful about your cuts, folks. We're just waiting for the field to merge back up now. This is the shot to get everything all back again. Everything just really had been building up. Everyone's spread out finally, but looks like we're going to go back to it. And I think the field about has gone back together, but let's focus on lining up. We'll be trying to go green this lap. Let's not pass cars here in the back. Lewis, Mitch, Mr. Monaco. Focus on pacing again. If you guys need to adjust your speed, you're going to do that by letting off, not by braking. And the guys in the back, you really need to focus on pacing here. Mr. Monaco, stay, Proto back off, Proto back off. Green flag in the air. Pass Proto. Okay, allowed to pass Proto. Lewis, that's a jump. One spot back by the end of the race, please. Lewis is clear. Alright. For the lead, it is Gohan Twin Turbo V6. We make our way through into the final turnout. Ayers has finally collected some pace here. 3 cars, now 4 cars, going to be battling for the lead. Gohan at the front of it. Twin Turbo V6 second place, side by side. Ayers now to Twin and Shuffle. Twin is going to go hard on the braking point. He will take the lead. Ayers now going around the outside on Shuffle as we make our way through the S's. Into the final turn, Gohan is rebounded. He's collected back up to the lead, but Twin's back through the inside. Twin will take the lead, but how about exit speed? That looks like the kind of exit that kills off your speed, but doesn't seem to really hold him back any. Ayers has climbed up to the podium. Again, from a last place start, Ayers has done very well for herself. Twin's trying to walk off, but it looks like Shuffle is going under attack by Mr. Monaco. Mr. Monaco making a move down the inside again. He had to start all the way from the back, but here he is fighting for 4th. Mr. Monaco is a very, very good driver. We could see the effects of that today. His internet was just not having it, but it seems like it's caused him to drive with some anger. Again, the corner cut limit is 30, so we've got a warning for Monty and Proto. If you get another cut, you're going to get a 5-second time penalty post-race. So no matter what time you get, we'll add 5 seconds to it. Alright. Monty and Proto, you have a 5-second time penalty that will be served at the end of the race. Ayers Netta with a good run here. It's hard to tell through the lag spikes. She's climbing up to 2nd. Right behind Twin Turbo V6. We're going to check the board. She's got the 2nd fastest time. Gohan is all the way in 5th fastest, but you can just see it doesn't really matter to him. Into turn 1 and out of it. Ayers with a fantastic exit over Twin. We're going to try to figure out what's going on through the lag spikes. Again, these shorter tracks with larger fields, this is a normal situation most of the time. And it looks like Twin is still ahead of Ayers, but only by so much. Meanwhile, Shuffle, a big target on from Mr. Monaco. Mr. Monaco is, of course, rebounded all the way back up to the top 5. A great job by him. How about for the lead, though? We might be seeing something closing up here. Here's Gohan. Here's Twin. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Gohan's at the front, but here's Twin. Out of the lag spike. 3 cars out of for the lead. Twin side by side, but he's going to get the run. Twin now taking off and takes the lead. We have 9 laps to go. Gohan's down the inside, but there's Ayers. Gohan pushing through. Here comes Ayers. We make our way through the S's. And through the rubber banding out in the final corner. Gohan's not moving currently, but he's going to teleport back up. We'll be watching the timing board. Twin Turbo V6 taking the lead. And he'll stay in the front so far into turn 1. Gohan and Ayers. Just behind now. Ayers side by side with Gohan through the S's. Ayers makes a mistake. That might have been, I can't tell. It's hard to tell with the rubber banding. Through the final turn, that was a pretty interesting exit by Twin. We're gonna watch from this camera. Twin Turbo V6, Gohan in second, Aerosnet third place, fourth place, Shuffle. Again, our field is just doing a bunch of rubber banding. It's hard to calculate what's going on. We might have to rely on the timing system for the finish. Twin makes his way out of the final turn, as we'll have 6 laps to go for our leader, Twin Turbo V6. Aerosnetta to the inside of Gohan. And through the lag. We're trying to pick apart what's going on here. I think Air's is fighting very hard for that second place spot. It's really hard to tell through the lag. I think I might be having some internet issues. That's normal. 5 laps to go for Twin Turbo V6. We are in the final 5 of the race. Air's going to go ahead. She'll get back up to second place. Gohan in third. Something about these cars has allowed Aris to climb up and close in for the lead. As Twin... Let's see. Twin's made up a big gap there. But Aris has so far solidified her second place for the time being. As long as she doesn't make any mistakes, Gohan's going to lose a couple spots. It's going to be side by side, and Gohan's pulled it off. He's done for the day. Gohan not happy with how his race has turned. He had a shot at the podium. He made a mistake off of turn 1. It's just not going to work for him. That clears out the field a little bit. You can see a little bit less lag. So, Twin Turbo V6, pretty much the dominant one on track, though Aerosnetta not far behind. If there's any other caution, that could change things completely around. I don't know if anyone wants that situation, exactly. How about Shuffle? I think Shuffle's holding off Lewis for the time. He was all the way up in the second place spot at one point, but unfortunately this race has turned for the worse for him. Aerosnetta, that last lap went purple as we're 2 laps to go. How's Aris? She's closing in, knocking down time little by little. Okay, no connection has a 5-second penalty that will be served at the end of the race. That'll just be added to his finish time. I think it won't affect his standings per se. But that being said, the white flag is in the air for Twin Turbo V6. About a second gap between himself and Aerosnetta. As long as he doesn't make any mistakes, I'm pretty sure this is his to lose. Twin Turbo V6 makes his way through the S's one last time. This is the last time we'll see this track until next year. Twin Turbo V6 now down the front straight, and I believe your race winner at Wallerfield, the Trinity Grand Prix, Twin Turbo V6 will come across the line and win it. Aerosnet is going to take out that second place spot. How about third? Mr. Monaco, the disconnection, but he will sweep it. Shuffle's going to roll it up in fourth place. He'll get away from Lewis, although that's probably not how he wanted this one to be. Lewis is going to finish top 5. 1TM Proto, for now, unofficially crosses the line in 6th place. We're going to see if that's a close enough gap, though. Steve Waters, a lap down. Is he going to have a 5-second gap? Yes, he is. He will keep his spot. If we can have everyone except for the top 3, can everyone head to the pit lane? Can our podium head to the start-finish line for the celebratory images? Now, Mr. Monaco, I don't know if you got that cut post-race. But it's not a big enough gap to matter. Alright, could we get our top 3? Alright, if you could be about halfway, a little bit like here. About back here. Yeah, that's good. A little bit back. And 1 car length back, about here. About here. Okay. You guys will stand in front of your cars. We'll take a victory lane photo if you guys want to do interviews. Again, a great job by all the guys that showed up today. I know some of you might not be too happy with how the cars are driving. Shuffle, you try to get out of the shop, please. Thank you. Alright. Alright. They're probably oval tuned, to be honest, and I think I just plopped the oval tuned cars. I don't know. I think that's actually where I got them from, was from an oval. Or did I get them from loans? I don't think I did anything to them from loans. I don't know. I don't know how to make you guys happy with the cars. I've done like a fucking like 20 different tunes. Alright. So who wants the interview? Last year's cars don't work, twin. That's why we switched to 1.5 as an emergency tune. We then made the cars a lot faster, and that was not good because they were like super indie speeds. So, oh, yeah. Does anyone here want a interview any of the top 3? I know Eris had a great race from the back of the field to the front. Alright, so Eris starting in the back. Again, no practice, but we'll finish up in 2nd place. Almost had a shot of the win. Do you think if you had more time, you might have done it?
Probably. I don't know, actually. Maybe if I had kept my consistency from, like, directly after the restart, I maybe would have, but I started falling back a little bit more as laps went on, and then Twin fucked off in his typical fashion, and Gohan messed up and he pulled it in. So then pretty much what happened was that I just like started slightly falling back. I mean, if in those extra few laps, Twin had made like a mistake that would have made him lose like a few tenths, then maybe. And because I did figure out a pretty decent line for the mid sector. That worked well, but I needed to keep it on the inside of the curbs a lot. Maybe it's down to a lot of factors, but I mean I'm pretty content with how I did. I kind of figured out how to take the T1 properly because in the early stages of the early stages of the race I was kind of just like sending it. And my exits were 2 things. They were slow and they were also too close to the wall. So I started braking a little bit earlier and trying to like ease off in the midterm. And it started like turning better until I kind of just like liked the little braking technique that I'd made myself. So I started braking a little later and then I found an even better line. So I started using that. I tried to perfect my last turn, but the thing is, since there's so little references for like on the run up to the turn, and it's so easy to take a different line going into it due to how sweeping the mid sector is, I couldn't really pull it off consistently. There were some times that I did it pretty well, but there were also some other times that I did it like actual shit. So maybe if I'd fixed my consistency up a little, I could have. There was a possible chance. I don't know how many laps more I would need, but I feel like if I had an undisclosed amount of like extra laps, I could have gotten either finished closer or finished like right into it. Because he started pulling away a lot, like around the end of the race, in the last couple laps.
Yeah. Well, I think we were really closing in towards the end there, but it just wasn't enough time. But, you know, to be fair, this was already a longer race than normal, so, yeah, it is what it is.
were a little bit annoying, twitchy, pretty hard to manage on the mid sector. It felt very weird because it was like uh, bipolar between if it wanted to kick the tail out or understeer. So kind of just trying to jostle it around and seeing if I can make sense of it. It was a little bit annoying. I kind of got it down, but it's still like a bit of a handful to try to like manage. That's really it.
All right. Well, thank you, Aris, for turning out. Enjoy the podium. I believe. What did you get yesterday? Let me check real quickly. I think it
Like
was
P5, I think,
P6. Yeah.
P6.
So yesterday was not a
Yeah.
very good race, but this day definitely making up a lot for yesterday. I don't know if you're gonna say that, but by far, back to second is a fantastic way to run a race. So honestly, good job on
Yeah,
you.
I only had a single lap of qualifying because my last lap, which was on the white flag, I fucked up turn one and I died. So I technically went in with a single lap of practice. And then the restart kind of like helped me use like the line that I'd found in the first half of the race. It helped me apply it in a much more close scenario. So if it wasn't for the restart, I would still be fucking around like P5 or 6. But as usual, restart comes over and saves my ass. Should be
Yeah.
like a counter for that.
Uh, well, there's overall a very good race. Hopefully, we'll see you next week at either OEM or which used to be the race that partnered this one. And then the Indiana race, which you had in South Bend, was the one before this. But we'll also be doing Laguna Seca. You think you'll be able to see yourself driving Laguna Seca?
I don't know.
Fair enough. Fair
Those
enough.
cars, I'm not very sure.
We'll be working on a setup. Don't worry.
Hmm.
They actually probably might use the Mustang setup that I made for the GT350. So,
Hmm.
yeah. We're gonna move on to the next people to interview, unless you have anything else you want to say.
Nope, nothing.
All right, thank you, there, Aris. Uh, Up next is Mr. Monica, the R8 Club, finishing P3. Another comeback story. Again, you had a bad internet moment, which I also had one yesterday when I disconnected on the final fucking lap in the midges. God damn. Sorry. Tangent. But for real though, a fantastic way from the back up into third by the end of the race. You only had a couple of laps to do it too. So, how did you do it?
Well, I think it was a battle of attrition, and I was just the survivor.
I see. I see. So how's the track like for you today?
Track itself, I really like, but the setup, it's kind of random. You don't know when it snaps, you don't know when it understeers, and you just have to kind of guess and maybe pray to whoever you believe in.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll try to work on the setup. Next week probably is not going to matter too much because it's a big oval. But for Chiruma, we may or may not run these at Sagas. I'm not 100% certain yet. If Shuffle begs me enough to run at Sagas, he could probably convince me to, but that one might be a little bit tricky with these cars just because of how they're set up. We'll see. Overall, though, a good podium. What was going on throughout the race?
So the race was uneventful. I didn't find my groove. Then my wire is pretty faulty, so I don't know. It kind of made its way out of my phone, and my computer disconnected from Wi-Fi. But other than that, I had a great recovery.
Yeah. All right. Uh, Well, it's awesome to see you on track again, Mr. Monaco. Hopefully, we'll be seeing you next time we race. Again, I know you probably don't like to hear this, but we're going to take the Frostbite to Laguna Seca. It will be an off week with Stock I4. Their next race will be Saugus. Soggy Nuts. Say that on live. But yeah, Saugus is going to be running the next Stock I4 race as far as relative information for you. Do you think you could see yourself running a Fox Buddy at Laguna Seca?
I'll see if time allows it, but if it does, absolutely.
Alright. We go to OEM next week too, so another big oval, last big oval of the season. And that's really all there is to say. Oh, Airs. It's about to fly a cartel plane. Alright. Is there anything else you want to say before we move on?
I can't wait for Stock I4.
Alright. My guy lives, breathes, dies, Stock I4. There's only 2 races left in the championship for that. Of course, there's the next race, and then there's the AIC specialty race, which will be ran on the little mini oval. We got one more person to interview. If anyone else that was in the race wants to be interviewed, they can rejoin the BC and I'll interview. But I believe we only got one left, and that is Shuffle 15. So Shuffle here had an up and down race. Didn't seem like it ended the way you really want. Oh my god. It didn't really look like it ended the way you wanted it to end. As we talked to you with your car upside down. What was going on today, Shuffle?
What wasn't going on today? Jeez. Nah, I was doing quite alright. Made a few mistakes, but those are to blame on myself. Then after the last restart, I was kinda catching on errors, but then I overshot the hairpin and just went into the barrier after the hairpin, which is the most stupid place to crash. And it was hard to recover from that. Monaco got away. It was just fucking horrible.
So could have gone better is what I'm hearing, so...
Way better.
uh,
That's put it lightly.
to put it... Alright, yeah. So we got a big oval coming up next week for these cars. I know that a lot of people are sticklers about setups. Setups don't really matter that much on big tracks. This thing I've noticed. Imagine a little, but they'll probably have a good
Setups
race.
always matter, but
In particular, I think the cars that ran here, they ran at Phoenix fine. I think they'll probably stay fine. So, last big oval. Do you look forward to that?
Oh, yeah, sure. Like the thing is, I'm kind of bummed out because I missed a few races, so my championship hopes are kind of gone. You know, there's nothing really to fight anymore. So I'll just keep on coming, preparing for next season, possibly. Yeah, it's a shitty weekend. Yeah, I've had some other league races that didn't go well to this weekend either. The only thing that went okay was Kelly's thing where I got second and Shab won with a car which didn't have to refuel because it was broken.
Bruh.
But but yeah, there have likely been better weekends. Well, not likely. There have surely been better weekends.
So this is one of those to forget. Now, the good news about that is that the weekend, as far as I know for you, is probably over. So, to the next one.
On to the next one, as we always say.
It's closing up. You know, the season is about done. There's only 4 more weekends, and then another one for fun. So, that's a crazy thing to think of. Every time when it ends, it's such a long year, but it's close.
It goes by so fast.
It does. But when you really look into it, there is a lot that goes on. A lot of hours. So, yeah. I'll see you on the next one. Is there anything else you want to say before we wrap this stream up?
If I want to say anything, well, congrats to Aries. Great race for her. Monaco did great as well. Twin model, of course, that's not even a fucking surprise.
Any shameless
Yeah,
plugs?
anything crazy, you know? I was crazy once.
Check out RRC 2025. That's all I gotta say for you.
Oh yeah, yeah. You should stay posted for the weekend. You know, it's very cool. You know, maybe not because SLC is gonna come, but for the rest, it's cool.
Ay. It's gonna be interesting times up ahead of us. An interesting weekend. Hopefully, we'll see you guys there. Is that all you want to say before I wrap it up?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Thank you there, Shuffle. We are going to wrap this stream up. Thank you guys for turning out for another weekend. This is a pretty good weekend overall. Could have gone a little bit better. Some people not happy with the setup, some people not happy with the hosting. I understand the hosting part. I was kind of shit earlier, but we'll do better for the next one. We go to Ovalos. You know what? We go to OEM next week. I'm gonna spare myself from Maris's anger. OEM next weekend in Mexico. It's going to be pretty darn fun. Last big oval on the schedule, last Super Indy oval race. And we'll see you with the ROTS mods this Friday at 7 p.m. USPST. We are also going to be doing the FOTS bodies on the same weekend because that is an all-American schedule. So we're going down to Mexico, and also just the big ovals in general seem to not be the strong suit of the FOTSes. We're going to go take them to one of the finest road courses, and in a way, it will be a bit of an audit. You might be wondering why if we're going to run a new track, a new road course, why run the track that's been running almost entirely ovals? That's because they do run a couple of road courses. They ran Sebring. They were going to run Northwest Ohio, but that never worked out. But yeah, they'll be able to run that, and I think it'll be a pretty fun race too. So that'll probably be Saturday. I'll get you guys the schedule probably coming this Monday. That's really all I gotta say. Thank you guys for watching, and to the next event.